All right, good Monday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Becca Birdsall, and for the very own Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich, who is out this evening, but we'll be back at 11 o'clock tonight to give you that latest forecast. In the meantime, I will be hosting this weather show coming up with our partners at WFMY with Tim Buckley. We have some quiet weather to talk about, but getting a little bit more active, especially over towards the East Coast. So a lot to talk about. We'll actually take you live outside. This is across the Carolinas. We've been spoiled with some very calm weather for the past 9 days. That's the last time that we have seen measurable rainfall here in the greater Charlotte area. We are starting to see a few downpours over towards the high country, drift down to the south, but overall making way for a nice dry evening in the Charlotte area. Live view from our Mr. Sparky Carolina Cam network. Over towards Beach Mountain, this is where we do have a light downpour starting to fall through, again pushing down to the south. You can see those wet streets out there, those darker clouds. This is the time of the year where we do want to start to see more consistent rainfall, especially as we get closer to that fall foliage season. Of course, that is one of the ingredients needed to see the best colors. Doppler radar, this is what we're looking at now. Most of the showers have actually drifted south out of the viewing area, especially west of Shelby, especially over towards Asheville, between Hickory and Asheville there on I-40, but just have a few lingering downpours pushing out of Ashe County now into Avery and Watauga. Got one lone downpour over towards Boone, again pushing down to the south, but most of this action is weakening out as it starts to drift down to the south area. Satellite and radar, we do have that coastal low pressure system still producing some significant rainfall over towards the East Coast. That counterclockwise spin of that low pressure system, that's what's bringing in the clouds and the tropical moisture here in the Carolinas, again, especially over towards the East Coast, but this is rainfall that we all could use statewide, and it's kept a lid on temperatures. If you went outside today, maybe for a walk or a run, you may have noticed that we did have some high clouds enter through the area, so that did make way for some filtered sunshine, and expect temperatures to cool down over the next several days as well. Outside now, 81 in Charlotte, 76 in Lincoln, 64 in Boone, and 79 as you step outdoors over towards Lancaster. This evening overall should be nice, rain-free across the greater Charlotte area. 9 p.m. falling into the lower 70s by around 11 o'clock, starting to fall into the upper 60s with low temperatures tonight, upper 50s to lower 60s. Yesterday, or actually I should say this morning, we fell down to about 63, so very seasonable for this time of year. Will be just a little bit cooler than that as we go into tonight. So weather impacts, we are going to be cooling down tomorrow into Wednesday as we continue to see some small rain chances and a few clouds as well. Friday, though, going to be heating up with temperatures near 90. We're also looking ahead for the tropics as well as our next tropical depression or storm is expected to form over the coming days. Tomorrow afternoon, expect those high temperatures to remain into the middle to upper 70s across the metro area and upper 60s for the high country. We are in the fall countdown. It is 7 days away from the official start of astronomical fall, where the average highs range from 81 degrees to about 54. And it is going to be feeling like fall as we go into your Tuesday, but feeling a little bit more like summer, ending out the work week. Live view outside, you can see those high clouds making way for some filtered sunshine. Dew points have also been in the 50s. So the lower the dew point, the more comfortable the air is, the drier the air is. So even with the extra cloud cover, today has overall been comfortable. It hasn't really felt humid or muggy as you step outdoors. It was a very seasonable day today. We had a high temperature of 84 degrees. That was 1 degree above the normal high for this time of year, which is about 83, and then was right on par with that low temperature of 63. So here's that surface map. We've got that non-tropical coastal low pressure system sitting just offshore of the Outer Banks, and that's where the majority of the rain has been throughout the day. This will continue to drift up to the north, eventually weakening out, going towards the end of the work week. But for now, so it's bringing the showers all across Ashe, Watauga, and Avery counties. Haven't seen a drop of rain in the greater Charlotte area. Starting to see one downpour set up over towards Salisbury in Rowan County, but since the air is so dry, I don't imagine that is making it to the ground. Again, the main coverage has been over towards Boone, Roaring Creek, extending down over towards Morganton, but most of the heavy rain that we've been seeing over the past couple of hours has pushed south out of the viewing area. We'll carry about a 20 to 30% chance for a few passing showers tomorrow, but rain chances have really gone down for Wednesday as well, just not looking nearly as impressive. And we'll end out the work week with dry conditions, still warming up though. And then we'll carry a small risk for a few light showers going into your Saturday and Sunday as well. Tomorrow, expect a cloudy, cooler day with on and off showers, especially for the second half of the day with high temperatures, middle to upper 70s. Here's what the next 36 hours looks like on the surface map. We've got that low pressure system lifting up to the north, bringing lots of rainfall to the east coast. Like I mentioned, does weaken out for the second half of the work week, but is going to bring some pretty significant wind gusts, especially over towards places like the Outer Banks alongside the east coast. As this continues to push up to the north, they have had a wind gust in the Outer Banks 30 to over 40 miles per hour, as well as blowing sand. They've had some pretty harsh conditions today. So this will continue to drift up to the north, bringing with it some heavy downpours as well as some strong wind gusts, and eventually weaken out as we go into your Thursday and Friday. Today we've had wind gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. We'll carry that into tomorrow, but we're so far inland that's really going to be the main impact we see. There is a flood watch that goes until Tuesday night. This extends portions of Raleigh, but mainly eastward into Norfolk, all the way down into that northern half of the North Carolina coast. This is going to be for localized amounts of rainfall between 2 to 3 inches. Again, this is going to be isolated and localized and not going to be something that the Charlotte area has to deal with. So no flood watch for us. And we will be lucky to get in on a fraction of that rainfall. In fact, totaling it all up from now all the way through early Wednesday morning, some locations will have a chance to pick up 2/10 of an inch, but other locations will be lucky to get a few hundredths of an inch. So those are the expectations that you have to go through going into the next several days. And like I mentioned, it's been quite a while since we've seen measurable rainfall. So this is rain that we certainly could use. Futurecast going into this evening, few light showers possible. And then going into tomorrow morning, it will be a dry start. And then here comes the afternoon. We've got more passing showers starting to stream through, probably ramping up towards that evening and nighttime hours. We'll carry a risk for rain through the overnight hours on Wednesday. But notice Wednesday morning, afternoon, all the way through the evening hours, really stay dry. That's why rain chances really have gone drastically down from that 20 to 30% chance we had over the weekend. Checking in on the September rainfall. Of course, we are entering mid-September. Hard to believe. We picked up close to 2 inches of rainfall about 10 days ago. This is where we picked up 1.97 inches. The average for the month of September is 3.71. So we're not terribly far off from that. It's just we haven't seen consistent rainfall from week to week. So this is something that we could use. We will take any rainfall that we can get. Temperatures cooling off tomorrow. We'll start to warm up as we get a little bit more sunshine going into your Wednesday, highs in the lower 80s, and then right back up going into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, especially Friday, upper 80s. I think even a few locations could brush 90 degrees, especially in our South Carolina counties. The average time that we hit our last 90-degree day is September 12th. Over the last 5 years, it's kind of fluctuated from mid to late September. So the latest 90-degree day we've had was October 13th in 1954. So we could very well get close to hitting that coming Friday. But of course, September is that transition month where we typically see temperatures go up and down, and the temperature outlook continues to trend warm as well. Dew points will fluctuate 50s to 60s over the coming week ahead as well. But we will go ahead and end this out with